I suspect that after Oedipus Rex and possibly Antigone, Lysistrata is the most produced of the plays of 5th century Athens. This story of the women of Greece going on a sex strike to end the Peloponnesian War has audiences laughing for over 2 millennia at sex jokes, double entendres, and, in the tradition of the Greek staging, men obviously in agony from dragging around their engorged male organ. Obviously in a dramatic form that was highly political and satirized the leaders of Athens at the time, the play includes things that were much more meaningful in their day than they are to us. On the other hand, the foolishness of politicians is always good for a laugh. Many writers have adapted the play in many ways, trying to find equivalents today for the ancient Athenian jokes. The Conservatory of Theater Arts at Webster University recently performed Ellen McLaughlin's adaptation of Aristophanes' original, and I suspect that the director, Jamie McKittrick, who has her own experience with Aristophanes, having directed his The Birds recently at UMSL, may have also cut some of the more topical Athenian references. McLaughlin's words sounded at home in the mouths of a cast dressed in the finest punk rock threads by Tyler Alexander Arnold. Marissa Todd Sett had a wall of video screens and shelves filled with odds and ends. Gardy Van Es designed the video on the screens as well as the lighting. Sasha Gonzalez did the sound, but as always in Greek drama, we heard music, choruses, and probably some of the longer speeches, written and performed by musical director Nick Caldes and played by a small, loud, and lively rock band on the stage. When they eventually finished, Lysistrata appeared, waiting for women from all over Greece to hear her plan. They were not initially enthusiastic about giving up sex, but Lysistrata reminded them of how much they suffered while their men were gone and how neglected they felt. She still had to ride herd on them once they'd taken over the Acropolis, where the Athenian treasury was stored, thus cutting off funding for the war. The women tried various ways to sneak out and see their men, hiding a helmet under a dress and pretending to be pregnant. Molly McCaskill made a strong Lysistrata. Leah Russell was her friend Kalonike, and Kia McKiernan was Lampito, leader of the Spartan delegation. Carolyn Adams Mirhini did a striptease to get her husband all hot and bothered, then fled through the gates. Canisius, her husband, played by Andrew Oppman, was more than ready to make peace to get a peace. Jacob Ganza was a magistrate, and Hallie Medrano, Rebecca Russell, McKenna Perkall, Maya Christian, Mitchell Holsclaw, and Hunter Bell played 2 or 3 roles each very well. I assume that the director, Jamie McKittrick, who is also a choreographer, did the strong dances with maybe some influence from Spring Awakening with women stomping around in boots. I always enjoy Lysistrata and am fascinated by what people do with it, as I was at Webster.
Really impressed that McKittrick was able to direct this show and do the choreography for Hans Prinker at the same time.
True, true. Well, let's hear some of the music they pulled together for this.